Good morning, world. Good morning, God. So I was reminded to just reflect on some things, and something that came up for me was 5 years ago around this time. What were you doing? What was your energy? What was your focus? What was life like for you? And I had just came from a Christian summer camp. That was the first time in a long time that I really took it there with God in a way where I'm like, okay, I'm in Christianity. I'm in the faith. God, allow me to be in it. I wasn't seeking perfection. I understood that was possible, but I just had heavy conflictious energy of doubt, of not being enough, of not being good enough, of not being able to be used for the greater good, not being kind, not being gentle spirited, not embodying the fruits of the Spirit. And I would go to the cross every day, and I would pray, and I would ask God to show me me. Show me me. Allow me to live and see and exist in my life in a way where I can have a certain type of awareness. And I did this every day. Some days were a lot better than others. I still had to integrate my physical disadvantages, meaning I was a lot heavier at that time, a lot more unhealthy, meaning just the way I thought about myself and the things that I was choosing to partake in, the foods I was eating, the gluttony, which is a human quality, but it's something that has to be managed and identified. We have a lot of human qualities that religion, society pins off as a flaw, as a negative, as a problem, as something to resist or come up against. And there is a very thin line, because you don't want to lose your way, which I don't think you really can. I feel like even if you were to do some type of hard drug and have to live to tell the story, the fact that you live to tell the story, the fact that you have to go through, maybe you were addicted to that drug for a few years or a lifetime, and then at some point it just changed around. But honestly, I guess I should probably do a case study on this, where I have conversations with displaced people, homeless people, drug addicts, just people who look like they may have had some type of lived experiences, and maybe we could follow them over a span of 5 to 10 years, and depending on where they are now and where they may want to be, we just see when, even if you aren't fully aware of who you are, maybe, like I said, I don't know, maybe you lose your purpose, your position, and your life just goes trickling on. Or maybe you still have an opportunity each and every day to change, even if your circumstances are a certain way. So what if the life of an addict or a person who's living displaced, homeless, what if that is their life? What if they're meant to live that experience and showing other people that you could live like this and still be connected to this? But this is just some of my ideas, theories in regards to that possibility, because of my own experiences with myself and how I've kind of helped myself heal and get over like being somewhere that I didn't want to be, because I was overthinking and overemphasizing where I was wanting to be, and overvaluing, because like you're not there, so you don't even know if all of that's really there, but you are here. So instead of nitpicking or complaining about what you don't want and nitpicking the fact that you don't have what you do want, let's do some analysis. Like, what's going on? What's really going on that's so unbearable that needs to change? What are some actions that you can begin to take to make those, to implement that change, to show yourself that I may be here, but I won't be here forever, and the life I want to live is further than where I'm at right now. And I may be here right now, and I'm okay. I'm grateful for all that I have, but because I know there's more for me, I'm going to work towards this by doing this. But I'm also going to be grounded and patient and understanding of the reality in which I exist in. I am here, and I want to be here. And this is about to make me cry, because I'm talking about, I get a unique time to spend with my baby sister Kalia. She's 11. My younger sister Nicole, she's 23, and my mom. And these are literally my favorite people in the whole wide world. This is my life. like and it's hard to be entangled in family bonds and connections, but you do it because you do it. You love them, even if it is stemming from a sacrificial love. Because I know, like, I witnessed my mom go through the depths of hell. That's why I don't really, hell is real. Like, hell is physical. Hell is poverty. Hell is struggle. But because I've managed to be, like, as positive as I am, as happy as I am, as beautiful as I am, even going through all of that poverty, that lack, the abuse, just her having hard days, being tired, being drained. Like, I couldn't imagine. I don't have kids, and I struggle with mental health and all kinds of, like, just with who I am, my identity. Like, even if it isn't mental health, like a mental health illness or something, disability or anything like that, it's just thoughts. Like, I have to learn to manage my thoughts and control my thoughts. So I could only imagine being 25 now, already having 2-3 kids you're responsible for, and you haven't even gotten to a point in your psyche where you're 100% on who you are. So now you're raising girls, and these girls are beautiful, and they're getting access to new technology and opportunities within their societies and their worlds, and you're having to manage their lives and just so much. So there was a lot of, I feel like, resentment and slack that my mom had and picked up to protect herself in certain ways, the best way she could. It's like, I want to, like, it's self-preservation at the end of the day, and this is where I look at it. And I just wanted to move from a place of being overly angry, misguided, not understanding. Like, my healing my womb right now is about understanding the choices my mama made, and standing in the boundaries of the choices that didn't impact me real. That might have caused me confusion or caused me to relate to certain things a certain way, or not, and I have to be able to, like, advocate for myself and feel safe in my body and in my psyche and in my identity to say, Mom, I don't like that. Or when you say this, that makes me feel this way. Or do you mean this when you do this? Or are you? But it's like that's a process. And right now, my life is more so about observing. Like, there's a lot of I know that I speak up for myself in a lot of instances. So for me, sometimes I truly believe that just fuck the confrontation that you feel like needs to have, the conversation that needs to be had. I truly 100% believe that people don't really make the type of mistakes that we say we do. Because when it was me, I wasn't allowed to have every turn of the way something was getting handled within my character. I wasn't allowed to just move out here like it ain't, like I ain't got no sense. And so the same people who put that onto me, they sure can't be moving with no sense, right? Because they would see, if they could see it within somebody else, surely they could see it within themselves. Surely they've already begin that work on themselves, right? You would think. As a child, I truly believe that people, I would evoke thoughts, ideas, questions, concerns in other people, and instead of them like doing the spiritual work to discern and figure out what the hell it was, they try to harness, control, and even beat me. Like, let's say if you felt like, if I was dancing, you kind of got aroused and was attracted to that raw sacral energy. Well, you would, as man or woman, you will feel guilty for your spirit could get convicted, and you will feel guilty for sexualizing the child in that way, instead of giving yourself the grace and room to appreciate the expression of raw sacred energy and understanding it from that place, and not looking at it like you trying to, like, unless that's what you want, then okay, we got to deal with that. And that's what it is. Like, a lot of the times I was forcing people to address their nature. I'm like sage. I'm like a purifier. But before I can purify and cleanse it, we have to bring it to the surface to see what actually is needing to be cleansed and purified. My own life reflects this, and I feel that I've truly invoked this in others, which makes relationships difficult, which makes the psychosis and the different psycho things that I experience different, because like I be like, you know what you're doing, and it will be a disservice to me to convince myself that you are unaware, that you just didn't mean, it's no way you meant to do this or say that or move like this. Like, you gotta be careful, because sometimes motherfuckers only doing shit to you because you allow it, and it's an easy target. Other times they just looking for, like same thing, easy target, easy lick. It's not about you, it's not personal. Sometimes it can become personal when it's like, shit, if you gonna let me, then I'm gonna let myself too. And then you have it where I lost my train of thought. There's a lot of ways to psychoanalyze it, why a person would, like, for example, I met a guy, and I didn't like him when I first met him. I wasn't really physically attracted to him. Like I said, I'm a sex worker, so the way there's some women who could never sell their body for money. Even if they really desperately needed the money, that just wouldn't be the thing that they did for whatever reason. So I understand that I just have a disposition towards that thing, whether it's because of the harm that I experienced as a child, where my sacral was used, it was used up anyway for other people's pleasure. So me getting pleasure and compensated is more like more empowering than it is something else. But to each his own. And I'm not necessarily like saying that's like a positive or a negative. It's just that's what it is. And I think we got to start looking at things like this more thoroughly, because sometimes we get caught up in positive and negative when it's not really all about the positive or the negative so much so as it might be about the reality. Like, what is the reality of the things that are happening? What is actually going on? Don't try to sugarcoat. Don't try to dissociate. Don't try to convince yourself that what you feel, see, sense, know isn't what is. I trust what you think, feel, see, know, can touch, taste, touch your senses before you just blindly rely on the faculties of another person. Like, people really be wanting you to trust them more than you trust you, and that's a different level of person, because I don't want nobody who is so weak in themselves that they leech on to me for that purpose. I want them to be so strong in themselves and identify, like, if I'm a tool that you could use, then use me. Like, it ain't shit to rent out no tools. It ain't shit to borrow a tool. It ain't shit to get the support and help and resources you need out of life. That's what people are for. But to drain, to use, to hit, and that operates as a hindrance to the purpose of the person, because you want to hoard them. You want to have your own little special battery pack that you could milk off of, when that battery pack is for the world. It was never just meant for my family. My family was supposed to cultivate it, love me, build me up, and really provide me with a place that I could at least want to return back to and be at home with when I'm out in this world and everything is everything, and I just need that place that's soulless. And for some time, I could just live my life and then go over there, have a conversation with my dad, have a conversation with my mom, and I just feel so much better and so light and so happy. But at some point, that transitioned to, I don't know if they stopped living for real, fully, thoroughly, or they became advantageous or whatever, like, of my journey, where they couldn't no longer be that type of aid to me. Like, I could probably have regular conversations, but I just something this girl told me. She was like, I just, I felt like, being vulnerable, opening up, talking to people, letting people in, letting people know me. What's the risk? Like, when you do that, the risk is heartbreak. The risk is being hurt. The risk is being used and all the missteps that could happen in such an experience. And I'm like, that's the risk of loving and choosing to connect with other people. Does these things have to be like the primary focus, and that to be the pattern of things that's happening in every type of relationship? No, but that's like when you are deciding to connect to another soul, another person who has their own mission and their own journey, you're saying, I want to do life with you. I want to experience my life with your life, which if your own life produces problems and chaos and their life produces problem and chaos, and coming together is just going to be navigating a multitude of chaos and problems. And it's not just chaos and problems, but that's what I'm focusing on to highlight what I am talking about. But I'm not like in this broken hearted space. I'm not in this broken spirited space. The things that dampen my spirit is not being able to fully live in the newness that I have discovered. Each and every day it's more of a difficulty to not be as powerful, as strong, as bold, as loving as I am. Because we feel so connected. We feel so like this is our life. This is our duty. This is our responsibility. We just have to do these things, right? When you get into connection, people, but that's a entanglement. And entanglements can get very deep, especially when they start to go into decades of you literally, like you are literally one with that person at this point type shit. Y'all have spent more time together than apart, if that makes sense. So I get it, but that's not my life. I am not a spirit who incarnated on this world to I could, like, let me say this. Some people got themselves like what really should only been, something. When you get these marital contracts, the outside shit, like we already connected. We already knew what it was, but you needed this outside shit to validate something in it. And that's where it gets like artificial, and you start to allow things to come in that may not belong. Trust is questioned. Things just get weird because you couldn't facilitate or sustain that contract without artificiality, without falsity. Even just, I'm not even gonna hash out the shit I know. Let me talk about my shit. So I believe that I have that ability to make several deep connections, that I'm not gonna be confined to one connection. Meaning that when I meet someone, it won't be just like I will get married if at that point, if that makes sense to my life, but it won't be foul like regular. It won't be like, I don't know, I don't like the artificial concepts or involvement. But yeah, I would probably just hope this man is not following me, because I don't like creepy ass behavior. Like, out of everywhere you could have went in this fucking park, like, be serious. Like, I think people are just weird in that way, because I'm not even gonna let that upset me, because that spirit, whatever spirit will convince you that that is even remotely something you need to be doing. It's kind of like, but maybe like, I think it's my autism or something, or my ADHD, where I just get very like this is a big ass area, like we don't need to be that close. But nonetheless, I believe that I'm going to have multiple deep soul connections, and I truly believe that marital stuff, not saying like monogamy, polygyny, all those things, like monogamy is beautiful, polygyny is beautiful, all of the polygamous type of lifestyles is a beautiful concept, but it's also rooted in lack of self-control, honesty. Like, monogamy sustains that, though the possessive, obsessive, territorial, insecure, it sustains those things. Whether you want to accept it, whether you are those things, at some point, that part of the relationship is going to be tested or could be challenged, just based off the fundamentals of monogamy and the reality of humans. Like, it's just, something's going to clash, because you're going to find someone more attractive than your spouse. You're going to have a connection with someone at work or in the store that's a lot. It's not like the intent isn't to violate or misstep or do anything harmful to the person you love, but it can happen easily by way of like just the way humans connect. We seek to be connected, we seek to connect, and I truly believe certain ideas can restrict to that. And I'm not saying like an innocent exchange is cheating or is wrong, but you just be honest. Like, when every woman and man has experience where they maybe were with someone and seeing them interact with someone else, even if it wasn't even someone that they could be romantically involved with in that way. It's just like, when you see someone you care about showing care or interest in someone else, or catering or attending to someone else, it can bring up something, whether it's, dang, I want more of that, I want that, I never got that, I've never seen you be like that, or just seeing it from that perspective. I've always been on the receiving end of it. Like, you don't even know the love you might be getting because you are getting it. But it's when you realize that love isn't just what, like, that person's love is who they are. It's like, yeah, you are a very strong, like, conductor of that energy, but by being involved with them at that time. But I like to believe that people have energy to, like, the people's energy and the way they show up for you, that's who they are. Like, that's them. And like, some people choose to compartmentalize that they're gonna, of course, like, if you're not poly or you're not, single and out there like that, then of course you're not gonna just be treating every girl like your girlfriend or every male like your boyfriend. But I believe you can maybe have some type of, like, kindness and just a gentle, pure heart, where I don't have to like be negative or nasty or mean or indifferent or insensitive or lack empathy towards you because we don't share an intimate relationship. Like, I can honor and respect and value who you are without trying to hoard or take on that. So like, I just felt like from my life, thinking about like where I was 5 years ago and how I was just stepping into this new part of my spirituality that required me to be on the forefront, like required me to be like, people will be saying and doing what they saying and doing because of what they think of you, and people will hold, like, you could have done something one time or something, I don't know what, someone told something about you, somebody could get this perception of you, and based on that they just have this this whole ass ideal about who you are, and it don't budge no matter what, no matter how much changing you do, no matter how much you go through, no matter what changes happen in your life. If a person wants to believe that you lack in some area, or you are this or that, that's just what that is. There's no changing the hearts and minds of a person who has already made their decision about who they think or know you are. It's just what that is. Don't even waste your time. And this is coming from experience, because had I been more in tune with what was happening in my reality, more trusting of what was happening, I would be a lot further, and I am a lot further. It's just there are a few things that I might still have to like involve myself with and hash out and integrate into, because of just being in a state of disillusion, like not trusting and believing that I was the source and the initiator for my truth, for my spirituality, for my life even. So one of the things that I was starting back doing is I'm going to be going on more walks and maybe things like this where I can talk and get stuff out, but also just walks where I don't even bring my phone, walks where I probably do bring my phone but I just don't use it, where I'm self-control, self-discipline, where I'm just building that muscle to like quiet my mind. Like, I feel like I'm either always scrolling on my phone, on social media, looking for God knows what, some type of inspiration, some type of just something to connect to. I'm always on like doing this, recording, trying to have some shit out within my own self. I'm probably sleeping or doing some shit around the house, or I'm with a friend. But I want more time of like living. Like, I love talking to y'all, I love talking to myself, but I want to enjoy, and I want to enjoy being able to wake up and just go for a walk and not even think about taking my phone with me, go for a run. Just like, this is just what I do. It ain't even about like trying to have no body goals, baby. Body on fleek, baby. Not trying to live up to standards, live up to this, but it's just about self-fulfillment. Like, I know that I need to like decompress and de-stress and organize my thoughts, and the best way to do that is exercise, and to deny that reality. And it's like, you don't have to do extravagant stuff. You don't have to go to the gym, baby. You have a park right here. You have a trail. All you need to do is get up and go. That's it. That's all I'm asking you, is to get up and go, even when it don't feel like it. And that's what I remember. Like, I'm thinking of reflecting on that energy of moments when I was like in a deep depths of my spiritual journey, and I'm focusing, waking up every day praying for better circumstances and to relate to my situation differently, and for changes to take place, and all of the above and in between, right? And All the whole time I'm doing that, I have so much opposition up against me, and I didn't even realize it until after the fact. I didn't realize that these people who were really supposed to be my leaders, my guides, my help, my support, were envious, jealous of what they saw and witnessed God doing in my life. And instead of supporting me, uplifting me, cultivating that gift with me, they tried to rob it from me, steal it from me, and God knows what else. And keep me in a state of disillusion. So not only wasn't aware that they were up against me like this, I wasn't even really tapping in fully to my power. And to know that I was able to, materialize some shit from it, but it just lets me know there is so much more. There is so much more. And I think about this when I think about my sister, because I feel like we have been this twin flame kind of energy for each other. And like when she was going through a lot of shit in her high school journey, she I wasn't as present with her as I could have been, and that probably made her feel like I didn't love her, I wasn't all this stuff. But the reality was, shit, I'm struggling too. Like, I'm trying to manage my own shit too. We both in the same storm, and same boat in the same storm, and can't connect, can't hold each other in our uniqueness and our differences. I do have some judgments towards my sister, like when she's deep into religion, and that could just it doesn't allow you to have the grace you need for yourself and others sometimes, and that hurts me more than it helps. So I don't connect to that. And I'm sure that even though she supports me, she has conviction about the way God tells her to live her life, and I don't have that conviction over my life in that way. So I feel that is also something that is used to come in between us. Like, she taught me that, actually, that like some people like will have conviction to do something or not, and somebody won't have conviction to do something or not. And if the person with conviction do it, they get in more detriment than the person who didn't ever have conviction. They didn't, like, it doesn't matter if they do it or don't, because it wasn't something it wasn't the thing it wasn't their thing. Everyone has a thing, and we have to be open and explorative to that. For me, healing was navigating my sexual navigating my sexual urges. Because at points there was times where I was celibate, abstinent, and I don't need to be in that energy. And then when it comes up, it comes up. Like I'm gonna tell y'all, this is sex I just had with a guy. I really didn't like him much. I was gonna say this earlier. But we would I have to get to a point where if it ain't 100%, it ain't ready for me yet. Same for myself. I have to get to a point where I'm like, if I'm not at 100%, I'm not ready yet. And Not so much so like that just means I'm gonna be at 100 every day, but I believe that a lot of people like myself have gone through a lot of traumas and lived experiences that we need at least 3 to 6 months, even to a year, probably longer. I'm being generous because I'm saying, like, I understand we got life to live, you know? But that's living. Like, being able to take a break from life, being able to just who the fuck said we needed to be online 100% of the time? That is a fucking slavery mentality. Like, we're going to become something that we didn't never intend to become as people, not being able to disengage and disconnect and to say, I was going one way, I came, and it wasn't even so much about coming up into opposition or challenges. It's like this fork in the road. I want to go this way, but in the event that something over there is intriguing or something over here doesn't work out, I can take my ass over there. It shouldn't be no, I can't do that because I chose this and this is what I'm doing. That's not what God do. That's not what life is. And these artificial constructs that are building this reality to be like that is very, very scary. But I just really, like I said, I wasn't feeling him earlier on. It was just, I feel like it was just lust, sex. Like, it wasn't really something that I could just really, you know. But, you know, your girl was a little horny. Your girl was like, I need some pound town. You know, I need a little woo-to-woo. And I'm not like, I would, usually I'll probably go find me a nigga to get some money. Like, I'm finna get some money and I'm finna get a little good dick, you know. Sometimes, because it don't even always be good. But the sex wasn't bad. It just wasn't thorough. Like, it wasn't enough like physical engagement. Like, he just wanted to feel it. He didn't care about, it wasn't no connecting to, like, yeah, we knew he a Libra, I'm a Gemini. We had the connection. He wanted me to, like, it was all like that part was there, like just inviting me in, knowing what he wanted to, like, all that was there, and that was cool. But like I said, it wasn't like attentive, thorough. Let me like get to know you and your body, even if it's just for this moment, these few hours. Let me figure out how to make this the best experience for us right now. This is what we in. I feel like he wasn't fully there in a lot of instances because it wasn't thorough. Like, there was not much attention to my pleasure and my fulfillment. Like, I want my body to be shaking before you even put your dick in me. Before you even really touch me, like, you should already have, you know, catered to me and nurtured me and just gotten me ready to the point where I want to, baby, I'm finna put the dick out. I'm finna put the dick in. I'm about to do the work. Like, what is you doing? And I feel like that's actually more appropriate for me. Some girls just like to just do me in and leave me alone. I want sensuality. I want foreplay. I want you to down there be sucking my titties for 30 minutes. Sucking and licking my body. Rubbing my body. Touching, squeezing, like playing around. Horse, cat, and mouse. You know, horseplay. You know, chase me around the house a little bit. You know, let me squirm around and pretend like this ain't even for you. And I feel like a lot of those kinks and desires do relate to my trauma, but not so much so that I'm just like, yeah, it's palliative. It's good. It's a good space to start exploration. And so the sex wasn't bad, but it just wasn't fully pleasurable like I would like it. And so I had already told him we wasn't gonna be having sex again. I have to hold that boundary. Because he was trying to make sure he got as much as he can before he let me leave. Because he already knew he probably is not going to be having sex with me again. And it was kind of like he wasn't supposed to have sex with me at all kind of thing. How he was like, you ain't give me the time of the day. It's like, you're not supposed to get the time of the day. Obviously, you ain't did shit to try to get the time of the day for real. But it's that entitlement. I think women have to start taking our power back. Like, even if I do want to have sex with you, or just even if I do want to have sex, like, continue just doing the your masturbation and your toys and stuff until you get that quality experience, because you deserve that. I don't care. Like, after that, it's just, I can't have that kind of sex no more. That I should have got paid for, because it's like, it wasn't, I ain't gonna lie, he fed me, I got some good sleep, so I do feel like it was a fair exchange for that regard. But baby, this pussy worth yens, you know. So I don't like to, like, my body hurting, aching, I had to soak and stuff, feeling like just sore, really sore, really sore. He really beat this thing down. And it's like, he wasn't even being rough, y'all. Like, it's just, he's a bigger man in both regards, and that shit was taking me through. And so like, and a part of it was pleasurable and desirable. Like, I'm like, oh, I like this. Like, some of his styles, I liked it. But then some of it was like, I don't like it. It's too aggressive. It's too harsh. I don't like it. Another thing, he was calling me bitch. And it didn't sound like he was trying to be mean or demeaning, but it's just like, I ain't never heard no shit like that. So he was like, suck this dick, bitch. Suck daddy dick, bitch. This daddy dick, this, your dick, bitch. Shit like that. I'm just like, what? Like, it was kind of like a turn off, because, sir, why are you calling me a bitch? Like, I am not. But yeah, so I found that interesting. And I'm trying to think what else. Like I said, you have your cons and your pros, or your pros and cons. You have, like, the things that you feel are like good, the things you feel are like so-called bad. But then it's just like, some things are just like, it's what they are. So you can, like, I don't know, it's like he don't have, like, there's no, like, there's red flags, of course, like, I knew that before I, like, that yeah, but it's just, like I said, it's just lustful, it's just like, it's just fun. It's nothing that has to be deep. We definitely will have some type of entanglement of, like, because he got daddy dick energy. He got that, just, you could just go up over there and just be up under him, and it's not a problem. There's no worry. Like, it don't like he got a lot of money to be giving out or stuff like that, but it looks like he embodies just that. Sometimes you just know, like, some men just, it ain't always about what they got in their pockets. It's just, they know, like, they just know what they supposed to be doing as a man, or it's just some certain, they come with certain mechanisms, I'm trying to say, I guess, that that showcase their manhood. And I just feel like when I'm with him, like, I don't have to worry about nothing too much. Like, I didn't feel anxious. I didn't really even feel used. Like, even with the sexual stuff, I didn't feel like forced. I didn't feel coerced. It felt balanced. It felt good. It felt like natural. I didn't feel like I needed to find something to argue about. Like, I'm sure he probably gonna do something or say something that I'm not on. But I'm learning to, like, men and women think differently for a reason. So I'm not gonna be arguing, yelling, screaming. And when I get to that point, I need to check myself. Not so much so because the person is right or wrong or whatever. More so because, like, why are you allowing someone to have you? That's too much power and control. Take your power back by disengaging. Like, I'd rather disengage and figure out a new way to handle it than to extend myself in that way where you don't even really give a fuck. Like, let's be real about that. Y'all don't be caring about us yelling and screaming our asses off. We just be looking dumb doing that shit. But this was just the inside of my mind. But where I'm at today, I'm gonna continue my walk, exercise a little bit. I probably have some more things to say in a little bit, but right now I'm gonna end this video and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.